Hi everyone. So today I figured I would do a little another update video. I have a few things I want to talk about. So this is just going to be a sit down video. So the thing I wanted to talk about, I'm going to talk about three things. I'm going to talk about how, first thing I'm going to talk about is I switched cell phone carriers again. So for those of you guys that do not know, for those of you that didn't watch the video that I had put up at the beginning of June, it was called AT&T issue, and why we switched from Verizon to AT&T is something that I'm not going to get into because I'm not going to put my mother's business out here. And we just switched 2 days ago from AT&T to Sprint, and I was kind of like, I didn't really want to. I mean, because I've heard about how Sprint will split text messages up. Like, it'll take text messages, it'll split them up. For those of you guys that use Sprint, maybe, or if you know somebody who uses Sprint, you probably noticed that, but it splits up text messages, and they don't even come in order, and it's just annoying. But we were kind of like, the thing is though, it doesn't really bother me though that it does it, because like 99% of the people that I text have iPhones, and it shouldn't do that with iMessages. So it didn't really bother me that it does that. So yeah, I mean, I have texted people with Sprint. My friend has Sprint, and I noticed it did that with him a couple times. I got both of the messages though, but it doesn't send it all in one message. I don't know why it does that, but the reason we switched from AT&T to Sprint, I can talk about. So the reason we switched was because with AT&T, the service in our house and leaving our development was horrible. We would be downstairs in my living room, and couldn't even talk on the phone. I'd be fuzzing out, dropping calls. Like, anywhere downstairs where I could not talk on the phone. I did it, and then people would tell me I'm breaking up, and I would be all frustrated because I didn't know what to do. And we even tried doing Wi-Fi calling, but it still didn't work. And if you're using your own Wi-Fi and you're in your house, it should, but it didn't. So we only had AT&T for we switched in the beginning of May. So we only had AT&T for 2 months, a little over 2 months. So yeah, but it was horrible. We had the service upstairs was decent, but in the house the most bars we got were two bars. And downstairs I would get 1 bar. And it was to the point where we couldn't even talk on the phone. We had to go to a certain part of the house. We had to go outside, because if we were just in the parts of the house where we didn't get service, people couldn't hear us. So even when we were driving, my mom would be on the phone and she would lose people. It would drop calls. It was really frustrating, and it's really, the thing is, you really can't keep letting this happen, because we don't have a landline. So I find it's very important that we have service, because this is our cell phones is our primary phone, since we don't have a landline. So yeah, but I've noticed it has been a lot better. I've noticed when I was in my kitchen before, actually, I was just looking at my status bar, and it said I had 3 bars. And in the house, when I had AT&T for 2.5 months, I never saw 3 bars, ever. When I was in my house, I never saw 3 bars. So that's definitely an improvement. I mean, 2 bars is better than nothing. I mean, because for those of you guys that know, when you look at your status bar, the less bars you have, the less service you have. So the more bars, obviously, the better. So I'm already noticing an improvement. I was talking to my mom before on the phone, and it was I was in my kitchen, and normally she would not be able to hear me, but now it was we had no problems. So when I work, eventually, I do plan to go on my own phone plan, and I do plan to go back to Verizon, because I like Verizon better. It's a bigger network. There are more bars, it's a bigger network, all that. But It's just that, like, this is just good for now. So, yeah, I'm trying not to say the reason why we left Verizon, but yeah, but this is good for now. So, I'm able, now that we have better service in the house, I'm able to deal with it a little bit more. So, yeah. But anyway, so that's that. So, I also experienced one time when I was even, because when we had AT&T, it was really good upstairs, like I said. Like, I had to go upstairs to talk on the phone, like, if I wanted to order food or something, just to talk on the phone. I would have to go up, literally, like, if my phone rang, I'd have to go upstairs. So, I remember I was the guy because I had to call AT&T for something, because he was helping me set up Wi-Fi calling. So, I was talking to the guy, and he said to me, I'd like you to go to a part of your house where the service is really bad. So, I was like, okay. So, I was in my room, and I was just walking in the hallway, and I was walking downstairs. I didn't even make it downstairs yet, and I was just, like, in the stairway, and he was like, okay, it's getting bad now. I can hear it. Just stay there. So he told me everything that I had to do. So, yeah. But, anyway, so that's that. We switched carriers again. Okay, so next thing I wanted to talk about I wanted to talk about this for a while, but I wanted to combine this. I wasn't going to just do one video because I feel like it would be really short. It would only be like maybe less than a minute or so. So I wanted to kind of like combine this. So I wanted to talk about what made me start doing YouTube. So it was just random at one point. So at one point, like, I had some videos that I had on my phone, like I had this one video of like me playing the flute, and then I had this one video of like I was just being silly. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to just be random, put them on YouTube, see how many views it gets, just whatever. So I uploaded just some random videos to YouTube. And ever since, I wanted to just keep going with it. So I was just like, in the beginning, like my very first few videos was just me just uploading random stuff. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to continue with this. And that was when I started doing like story time and talking about myself and all that. So that was basically how I got started, just random. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing YouTube. So, yeah. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is like my relationship status, I guess. I don't know, some of this, I had kind of made references to it in a video, but it might be a little vague to you guys. So I had talked about how I went to the mall with this friend of mine, and he was my ex. And if you guys have watched my video about my relationship with my ex and how he wasn't being very nice to me, he would give me the cold shoulder, he was like lying about things. It's kind of like, now I went out with that same guy at the mall, but it's kind of like, your guys are probably thinking, oh, why are you going back with him after what he did? Well, okay. So we were in high school. We were kids. Like, we were never really able to go further with our relationship, I guess is the word I'm looking for. We were never really able to move forward with our relationship because we were always around, like, chaperones. We were at Drew, which was a summer program, a mock college program for the blind. This program called LEAD, which was, like, program for high school kids, and we were always around chaperones, so we were never able to do anything. And then, like, when we were, like, touching each other in public, I know this might be TMI, but I would, like, touch his hair in public, and we would get yelled at. So we were never able to do anything. Like, we literally could not move forward with our relationship. It was annoying. So we kind of we tried to, but it just didn't work out. So I'm not really going to go into all the details of everything that happened because I did a separate video on that. So you guys can go check that out. But, like, he was giving me the cold shoulder. He was messing around with other girls. He was lying. Like, we made plans, and he had lied to me. He said, oh, Access Link told me I canceled. And he said one time I was going to go over his house, and he said his parents would be out of town when we were 18, so it didn't really matter. Unless, of course, his parents didn't want guests in the house while he was out of town. That, too, could have been a possibility. But given his history, I kind of just thought he was lying. So it was like years. It has been years since we actually talked. I deleted him from my contacts. I blocked his number. I just like when he would comment me on Facebook or he would like my status, I would be civil. Like I would just say something nice. I'm like, oh, you know, whatever. I would say I would reply. I would say something nice. But it was kind of like I didn't really want to talk to him, but I was kind of just being nice to him. So he sent me an email, and this was the end of June. He sent me an email, and he asked me if, you know, he said I'd like to connect with you. We were talking, kind of, we were catching up, and I was like, oh, that's fine. He said we can go out to lunch or dinner, and we had planned a trip to go to the mall. So I actually went, because I didn't remember if I had him blocked or not, and I couldn't find him in my contacts. I guess I forgot that I had actually deleted him. So I put him back in my contacts. I unblocked his number. And then so we were able to text each other. So I didn't even tell him I had his number blocked. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I still have your number. But I wasn't sure if it was blocked. So I had to check before we texted each other. So we went out to the mall and we decided that we are back together. We are going to be back together. But I want to take it slow, and I am. I'm taking it very slow, given his history and given my history, because I remember, I think this was back in, like, February of last year, or March of last year, I think, was when I posted this video, but I talked about a friend of mine and how he hurt me, and, I didn't want to go through something like that again. I didn't want to get hurt again. So I'm just taking it slow given my past history with this guy and given my past history with my other friend who hurt me. Basically what he did, I'm not going to go into detail because, again, I did another video on this, but we were in a friends with benefits relationship and he found a girlfriend and I was betrayed and hurt, and I've just been like, I feel very insecure when she's around. I feel threatened when she's there, when they're together. So, yeah, but you guys can go watch that video too. That's like more to the beginning of my channel. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's that with my relationship. We are together, but we're taking it very slow. I'm not rushing into anything. I don't think he is either. So, yeah, we are back together. Because I know I didn't really talk about it in my other videos. I kind of just said, oh, we went to the mall, we had a good time, we went to Teavana, we went to Cheesecake Factory. But I didn't really go into detail as if we were back together or not. So I figure some of you guys might be confused. So, yeah. So another thing I was going to talk about, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about because I know this video is getting really long. So I went on Amazon, I ordered a vacuum cleaner. I ordered the one by the brand Shark. So I ordered a vacuum because my mom, she said that if I want a vacuum, I have to buy one because she got this really expensive vacuum because we have dogs that shed, and we have our one dog, his hair like is like really hard to get out of things. It's like to give you an idea, his hair is like so, it like sticks to things to the point where to vacuum the inside of her car, she can't, like, just going out and buying one of those car vacuums you can get, that didn't even work. That didn't even pick up his hair. So she had to go use the vacuum she has, and just run an extension cord and just vacuum her car with that. So she's afraid that, like, if I don't see something big on the floor, it'll like, I'll vacuum something up and break the vacuum. But a lot of vacuums have sensors. So if you vacuum something up, it will stop, and then you just have to go in and get it out. So I remember one time my mother was vacuuming my room, and I had a rock on the floor. Like, oh, you know, a rock you find outside. I had that on the floor, and it was pretty big. It was, well, I mean, not too big. I would say maybe like a little bit smaller than a golf ball. So maybe like the size of a big marble. So she vacuumed up a rock, and it went through and nothing didn't break the vacuum or anything, but I was surprised. I was like, so yeah. So I got my vacuum. I had to order a vacuum, which cost me $99. I ordered it off of Amazon. It got shipped yesterday, and it should be here between Friday and next Monday, but that's just an estimate, and it was Prime, so yeah. But let's see. I guess that's about it for the update. I've just been, again, my videos have been inconsistent because I don't really know what to post anymore. I guess I could do more vlogs, but the YouTube Capture app that I use has not been updated. It's been out of date. So when the new iOS is released, I won't be able to use it anymore. So I don't know if I'm going to have to stop vlogging or if I can use something else. I'm going to definitely look into that. But I just haven't really had any any videos to post. That's one of the reasons. Plus I just I've just been busy with school and then family things. I've had some family things on the weekend. Everything's fine, just like family parties. And last week my cousins had her graduation party. She graduated high school, and then this weekend we're having my grandfather's birthday party, and and then next weekend I'm going out with my dad, but that's just one night. I'm going out with him. I showed you guys the wallet I got him. I also got him some Godiva chocolate. I bought it for Amazon Prime Day. I got it. It was $3.99 for 5 ounce, a little 5 ounce bag of Godiva chocolate. Can't show you the chocolate right now. It's downstairs in my refrigerator, so it doesn't melt. So I can't show that to you. I showed you the wallet. I got this and I also got something. I got a little a wallet with a little wrist strap on it, and I also got my mother a backpack suitcase. I showed you guys mine, so I'm not going to show you, but I'll show you my wallet if I can find. Oh, here it is. So this is basically it's a wristlet. I'll put my phone down so you guys can see, but this is a wristlet. So it has a wrist strap. It has a wrist strap, and you can take the strap on and off, which is, I find, nice, because what if I just want to put my purse or something, and then if I just want to carry this as a wallet, I can just use this, the wrist strap, put it on my arm. So it opens, and then you have a whole bunch of compartments. You have your money, and then it has a little thing in the middle that zippers for change. You put your change in here, but I don't really put change. I just use a change purse. And then they say on Amazon, the description said you can also put your phone in here. I don't know how. I don't know how you can do that unless I would take my phone out of the case or something. But you apparently put your phone in here. It has pockets for money, for credit cards, receipts, things like that. So yeah, this is what I got for Amazon Prime Day. I got this for myself. I don't know if this was a deal, but I've been into wristlets lately for those because I do have one that I use every day. I've been into wristlets. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this. So that's the thing with shopping online, is that I don't get to feel the item. I mean, I like this, but I was more looking for a little purse wristlet, because the one that I have has a battery pack built into it, which is cool. But I was looking for a little purse kind of one, like the other one I have. And if I had saw it in person, I wouldn't have got it. But I like it, but it wasn't what I wanted. But I'm not returning it because I like wristlets, and I'll definitely use it for if I just want to carry my wallet or something. I could just use that. I could take the strap off when I'm putting it in my purse, and then if I just want my wallet, I could just put the strap back on and then just carry it on my wrist. So yeah. But anyway, I think I updated you guys on everything. So I'm gonna go, and let's see, today's currently July the 18th, so I'm probably going to post this. I can post this today. So I think it'll probably be either up today, or if not, Thursday for sure, because I know those are my uploading days, or they're supposed to be when I'm more consistent. So yeah, but I'm going to go now, and I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye guys.